Commonwealth Center for Holistic Herbalism here in Boston, Massachusetts. You'll have to excuse me. I'm in the process of getting braces, and right now it's kind of difficult to talk. But I just can't let that stop me from sharing all sorts of stuff about elder with you. Today is the summer solstice, and at the height of summer, elder is flowering. And elder flowers are one of my favorite medicine. A lot of people know about elder flowers for managing a fever, especially in a child, because they do taste great and they're diaphoretic. They're very great for releasing the heat in the body. But they're also, I find, one of my favorite stress relieving herbs, because they don't just release the physical heat from the body, but also the emotional heat. So when I am feeling a lot of anxiety or really overwhelmed with my to-do list, or really trying to control my day, and the day doesn't want to be controlled, at least not by me, that's often really hard for me to let go of. And elderflower is amazing for helping with that. You can just make a nice tea of elderflower. St. Germain makes an elderflower liqueur. Of course, you can make your own elderflower liqueur also. But any way you can get elderflower into you, in a time that you're feeling a lot of stress, it really just helps allow that stress to release and just to come out of you in a way that is really profound and amazing. So whether you have a fever or whether you just have emotions that are feeling feverish, it's the height of summer. So go out and find some elderflowers and give it a try. Make sure, if you are going to harvest any, that you only harvest a little bit, because if you take the flowers, there won't be berries. You have to leave most of the flowers in order to have berries for the fall. And when we get to the fall, we'll talk about the amazing things that the berries can do to help keep you healthy all winter long.
Hi, I'm Rin, and I'm here at the Charles River, and we're hanging out with this lovely little St. John's wort. Today is the solstice day, or close enough. Technically it's 12:24 a.m. Very early tomorrow morning or very late tonight, depending on how you call that. But St. John's wort got its name because it's best harvested on St. John's Day in the Catholic calendar of saints. And that's basically the same as the summer solstice. So sometimes we talk about this amongst ourselves and refer to it as solstice wort. This is really the best time of year to harvest this plant because it really embodies the energy of the sun. It drinks in the light. It's most potent when there's the longest day of the year, the most sunlight. And the medicine or the energy of St. John's wort is also very solar in nature. It's protective, it's clearing, it's bright and energizing. I like to work with St. John's wort for a lot of different reasons. Most of them on the physiological level have to do with supporting liver activity and your body's ability to get rid of your trash, basically. It's one of my absolute favorite herbs to work with in blends for detoxification or for overall support of your clearance systems. For that very same reason, St. John's wort has a high propensity for herb-drug interactions because your body regards a lot of drugs as trash or as foreign substance to be cleared, and so it will accelerate that process really strongly. If you had a drug that needed to be kept at a specific range within the bloodstream, then that can be a problem. So there's some drugs where we have to use a lot of caution around St. John's wort. We always want to be clear about that before we proceed. But in cases where that's not an issue for the person, then this is one of my real favorite herbs to work with. It doesn't only support liver function though, it's also a wound healer and a digestive bitter. So you can see where this makes sense into a blend like our gut heal tea, which if you don't know that already, then go to our website and just type that in, gut heal tea, to get the whole recipe and some variants. But this is a real favorite I like to include there as long as there's no problematic drug interaction. We also sometimes work with St. John's wort on an energetic, emotional, or even spiritual level. And on the solstice, I think about that a lot because, again, it's that embodiment of the sun energy. St. John's wort or solstice wort has always been associated with protection from bad spirits. And some people like to draw a connection between that ancient view of the herb and the modern idea of St. John's wort as an antidepressant to sort of chase away the bad spirits that are holding you down. And we do find it to be useful for certain kinds of depression, especially when there's that element of stagnation or that element of, you know, you can't really get moving enough to see the light in the world. Then St. John's Wort really provides that for you. So we work with this in a lot of ways. We like to make tea out of the dried herb. We make tincture out of it. We prefer fresh for that, really. And then we always, for fresh plant, use that when we're going to make an infused oil. So infused oil of St. John's Wort should be a really deep red color, and you only get that if you make it from fresh herb. Around this time of year, we like to bring some students out to some patches that we know are good and vibrant, harvest some St. John's Wort, the flowering tops. So we would take this and just kind of snip it off about there, and we'd be putting the leaf and the flower together into our oil to infuse. And you'll watch the golden or the yellow greenish olive oil turn this deep red color, and that's how you know you got it. And that's really useful in wound care salves, and particularly for when there's been damage to the nerves. St. John's Wort infused oil is really restorative to places where there's neuropathy, tingling, or pain. It's all around just fantastic stuff. So lots and lots of things we could say about this herb, but today we're mostly just here to appreciate its sunny beauty and to enjoy the longest day. So I hope you do too. We'll see you next time.